The capybara's calm shape hides a brutal burden. Its body is crowded with parasites from head to limb. Around the ears and neck, the softest folds have become a feeding ground for swelling parasites. In the hidden folds of the neck, the infestation grows thick enough to feel almost unbearable. Even the broad back is not spared, its fur broken by clusters that cling and feed. It tries to shake off the irritation, but the parasites hold fast. For a moment, the capybara fights back, but the worst places remain out of reach. It rubs against whatever it can find, seeking relief that never fully comes. The discomfort is quiet, but constant, pressing on every pause and every breath. At the ear base, where the skin is soft and hidden, the environment is ideal for the creature's natural interactions. Across the flanks, the burden spreads wide enough to cover almost every comfortable resting place. So the capybara waits, carrying its burden in silence, unaware that help is close. A second cleaner joins the first, drawn toward the richest clusters around the neck and shoulders. Then, from the reeds, sharp-eyed cleaners notice the burden written across the capybara's fur. The first cleaner approaches with caution, measuring the giant rodent before making contact. The moment of trust begins when the first bird lands, and the capybara does not resist. Now the inspection narrows, from the whole burden to a single parasite chosen for removal. The first peck is careful, but it marks the beginning of something the capybara could never do alone. Stillness becomes a kind of cooperation, giving the birds the time they need to work. Soon, the first pair is joined by others, turning caution into purposeful work. At the neck, where the infestation ran deepest, the birds begin to clear the first real space. The birds know where the burden is worst, and they move there without hesitation. Now the work becomes visible, a swollen tick shifting under the pull of a hooked beak. Now the real work begins, as a small team of cleaners spreads across the capybara's burdened body. Across the back, each bite lightens the capybara's burden by a single parasite.
Around the ear, precision matters. The cleaner works with soft, careful movements.
The thickest clusters become the first targets, stripped away one by one. For the bird, the burden becomes food, a reward for the service provided. The cleaners spread from shoulder to flank, following the parasites wherever they hide. Some parasites resist harder than others, but even the biggest ones are eventually removed. Already, the capybara's body begins to soften as the constant irritation fades away. Even the face, too delicate for rough rubbing, is now being carefully cleaned. Together, the birds turn a single meal into a coordinated effort across the whole body. The change becomes visible, not all at once, but patch by patch across the capybara's fur. As one region clears, the cleaners shift their focus to the next remaining burden. For a brief time, the riverbank becomes a place of quiet cooperation, shaped by hunger and relief. Only the densest pockets remain, and the birds turn to them with renewed focus. A parasite finally breaks free, and the capybara's burden becomes just a little lighter. Where there was restlessness, there is now a hint of calm, earned one parasite at a time. For the bird, the exchange ends simply, with a full crop and a safe perch.
The capybara stands lighter now, in the same place where its burden once seemed overwhelming.
Seen from above, the moment feels small, yet it speaks to one of nature's oldest balances.
Strength isn't always enough in nature. Sometimes salvation comes on wings.
Not every survival story originates from conflict. Some are formed by silent cooperation. And in that silent exchange, both lives continue, reminding us that survival can also mean cooperation.